Hello there and welcome to your AI of the day. This is a new feature on my YouTube, on my Instagram, on my TikTok. This is all about quick bite-sized pieces of AI automation that we can use hopefully relatively quickly. The goal of this is to use these different spinners. I've got a number of different spinners here to help us to determine the topic, meaning I don't even know what the topic is going to be when I sit down to record this, but we're going to have some fun and who knows what kind of surprises we're going to get. This is all about seeing what kind of automations I can set up in the least amount of time. And well, let's just get right to it and give this a whirl. Who knows how this is going to turn out. This first spinner that I have that I'm going to use is basically a way to trigger automations. Different ways that we can trigger. There are lots of triggers, but these are some of the ones that we'll start with here. I'll be updating these spinners as we go. And if you've got ideas for these spinners or topics or things, throw them my way as well. All right, let's give this a whirl. See what we get. Okay, so an iPhone button trigger. So we're going to use a button on the iPhone to trigger some type of automation. This automation is going to involve, let's see what kind of tool, a Google Sheet row. Okay, so it's going to create a Google Sheet row by pressing a button. And for fun, let's see what the topic's going to be. And it is about Sculptra. Okay, so let's think about this. We've got an automation that's going to start with pressing a button. That is going to do something to a Google Sheet with a row about Sculptra. So what's a use case for this? Perhaps it would be taking a Google Sheet row and creating a post about a topic such as Sculptra. Well, let's see if we can get this set up and see how quickly we can set this up. So first of all, we will need a Google Sheet. So I'm going to jump into my computer here and we are going to go to Google Sheets. All right, so I'm going to create a new Google Sheet. And in this Google Sheet, let's say we have topic ideas as one column. And we definitely need to have Sculptra in there because that's what this one's going to be about. All right. Let's say we've got the actual key points about that topic. And what we'll do is we'll just quickly head over to ChatGPT, let's say. And with ChatGPT, we're going to just say, please provide 3 key points about Sculptra that would be good for a social media post. All right. And here we go. Okay. So we've got some information here. Let's put this into that Google Sheet as the 3 points. Oh, but we have to be careful here because what this did was it actually put them on separate cells. We want them all to be in one cell. So let me undo that. Let me click on the cell. And while I'm in the cell, now I can paste it. And now it's all in one cell. Okay, perfect. And you can imagine that there would be other topics here. Maybe the Botox would be a topic. Maybe filler would be a topic. And this would have, there are other points about Botox. This would have other points about filler, etc. Okay. So now we need to trigger this automation where we said we're going to push a button on our phone. It's going to take the next row in the Google Sheets and create a social media post from it. That's the plan anyway. So we're going to move over here to Make. This is make.com. This is my automation hub. If you are not using Make, feel free to check it out. There is a certain amount of free time that you get by using my affiliate link, which is at the bottom of this in the comments. So let's click Create Scenario. And we need to use a Google button, we said. So I'm going to go and I'm going to find iPhone as my first trigger. It's under Apple. Sorry, it's not under iPhone. It's under Apple iOS. And we want to watch a button. Okay, we're going to choose my phone. Great. The button ID. Well, we need to create the button, the virtual button. So let's jump over to my phone. And I'm just logging into my Make here on my phone. Perfect. And once we've done that, let's share that here. And now you can see that I've got a number of different buttons here on my phone, and I want to create a new one. This one is going to be a demo. This is the demo sculpture one, because this is the topic. Okay, demo. Help if I spelled sculpture right. Sculpture. Actually, it wouldn't really matter for this, but anyway. And you can see that it's automatically created on the second field there, demo-sculpture, which is, as it says, this is what you'll use to control your flows. So I'm going to save that. Perfect. It's that orange button, the second button down. You can see it says demo sculpture. And if we go back to the computer here, what you'll notice is under button ID, we need to type in demo-sculpture. Okay. Now we can test this. What we could do is we can simply right click here and say run this module only, and you'll see that this is now spinning. It's waiting for data from my phone. So if we go back to my phone one more time, and I'm going to click on that orange button, demo sculpture. So I just did that there, you can see. And now if we go back to the computer one more time, what you'll see is that this has stopped spinning, and it shows that it has initialized and there was an output. Now, there was no data here because there's no data being transmitted. It's simply just a button that was pushed, but it's working. All right, fantastic. Now, we said that we were going to use that to trigger getting a row from Google Sheets. So let's do that. Let's add a module, and now we're going to go to Sheets. And let's go, what do we want to do here? We want to, let's get the sheet. Let's search a row. Okay, so we've got this module here, but one thing that we forgot to do was to actually give that spreadsheet a name so that we'll be able to search for it. So I'm going to go back here, and we'll call it demo sculpture. Let's just go with that for now. Okay, so now we have something to search for. We have a spreadsheet to search for to get us this information, which, by the way, is in cell B2. Okay, so let's go back to make, and let's search for our rows. So select from my drive, the spreadsheet ID. We'll just search here for demo, and there it is, demo sculpture. Perfect. Okay, and the sheet name, it's just sheet number 1. We didn't change the sheet name. Does this table have headers? Yes, it does. Remember, we put at the top of the sheet topic ideas and key points. So we don't want it to actually look for the headers. We want it to actually look for the content. So yes, it has headers. Column range doesn't really matter. You can leave that just where it is. And so what do we want to get here? We want to search for that particular row, right? And so if we order it by row number, that's perfect. It's just by the number. It's ascending order. So 1 is going to come before 2, etc. And we just want 1 row. Otherwise, we don't want it to give us back 2 or 3 rows. And let's click save. Now, if we just run this module only, what you'll find is, check it out, the output, it gave us that row. It gave us the row that we were looking for because it skipped over the headers. And so you can see in cell A, it had sculpture. Remember, that is what our topic was right here, sculpture. And cell B had the actual content. So if we go back here, there's cell B with the actual content, and there it is. So it has achieved that. Now, what we can do with this, of course, is we could then start to create more modules. We could add on a ChatGPT module. It could say, take that information and now process it. We could add on an Instagram module. It could say, post an Instagram post about this. We could do all kinds of things. We could say, write a blog post about this. But the point is that this will have been triggered by an Apple phone button. Let's try the whole thing out now. So what I'm going to do is I am going to click run once. And if I go back to my phone, I'm going to press that button. Again, I'll show you one more time. You can see I'm going to press the orange button. I'm going to go back to the computer so you can watch what happens as I press that. And I'm going to press it right now. And it has taken the signal from the phone and it has grabbed the Google Sheet. And there it is. And that is how you create an automation to trigger something from your Apple phone, your iPhone, and pretty cool. So is this one that useful? Is it a useful automation? On its own like that, probably not going to do a whole lot. But this in combination with ideas, voice notes, things that you want to have recorded, and then at a certain time you say, hey, I want to post that, and you click your button. It's a way that you can post things on the fly if they're ready to go. That would be a really good scenario for this. So you've got things ready to go, and you just hit your button, and that button takes care of actually triggering that post. So that's the AI for today. I hope that was helpful. Automatologists, let's keep working, and we'll chat again soon.